More than 4,000 years ago, a city existed that had cleaner streets than medieval Europe, a drainage system more advanced than many 19th century towns, and urban planning that modern architects still admire. There were no massive palaces, no grand temples, and no written history of kings or wars. And then, without a recorded battle, invasion, or visible destruction, this city slowly disappeared. This was Mohenjo-Daro, one of the greatest cities of the ancient world. And today, historians still ask the same question. Mohenjo-Daro was located in the Indus Valley, in what is today the Sindh region of Pakistan. It flourished between 2500 and 1900 BCE during the height of the Indus Valley civilization, one of the world's earliest urban cultures, alongside Egypt and Mesopotamia. Archaeological evidence shows that Mohenjo-Daro was not a random settlement. It was a carefully planned city. The streets were laid out in a precise grid pattern, running north to south and east to west. Homes were built using standardized baked bricks, suggesting strict regulations and central planning. This level of uniformity indicates a highly organized society. One of the most remarkable features of Mohenjo-Daro was its water management system. Almost every house had access to a private well. Wastewater flowed through covered brick drains beneath the streets, a system unmatched in most ancient civilizations. At the heart of the city stood the Great Bath, a large, waterproof structure believed to have been used for ritual or social purposes. Its careful construction shows advanced engineering knowledge and an understanding of hygiene. Interestingly, Mohenjo-Daro shows no evidence of royal palaces or monumental tombs. Unlike Egypt or Mesopotamia, there are no statues of kings or inscriptions praising rulers. This suggests a society that may have been less hierarchical and more community-oriented. Artifacts discovered at the site include seals with animal symbols, pottery, tools, and jewelry made of copper, bronze, and semi-precious stones. Trade connections have been confirmed with regions as far as Mesopotamia, proving that Mohenjo-Daro was part of a vast commercial network. Yet, despite thousands of artifacts, the Indus script remains undeciphered. This means we still cannot read their records, laws, or beliefs, leaving historians to rely solely on physical evidence. At its peak, Mohenjo-Daro may have been home to 40,000 people, making it one of the largest cities of its time. Everything about this city points to stability, planning, and long-term prosperity, which makes its decline all the more puzzling. When archaeologists first excavated Mohenjo-Daro in the 1920s, they expected to find signs of destruction, burned buildings, weapons, or mass graves. They found none. There is no archaeological evidence of a large-scale invasion or war. No city walls damaged by siege. No layers of ash suggesting widespread fire. This absence of violence challenges the traditional idea that civilizations fall due to conquest. Instead, excavations revealed something else. Later layers of the city showed declining construction quality. Bricks became irregular. Buildings were repaired poorly or divided into smaller rooms. Drainage systems were neglected. These signs point toward gradual decline, not sudden collapse. Another important discovery was the changing pattern of flooding. The Indus River, which once supported agriculture and trade, appears to have shifted its course over time. Repeated floods may have damaged crops, infrastructure, and living conditions. Geological studies suggest that climate patterns in the region were also changing. Monsoon systems weakened, leading to reduced rainfall. For an agriculture-based society, this would have been devastating. Some skeletons were found in streets, which early researchers once claimed were victims of sudden catastrophe. However, modern analysis shows these were isolated burials, not evidence of mass death. There is also no proof of epidemic disease, volcanic activity, or asteroid impact. Instead, most historians now believe that people slowly left the city over generations. As resources became scarce, families may have migrated eastward towards smaller settlements with more reliable water sources. By around 1900 BC, the Mohenjo-Daro was largely abandoned. Not destroyed, not conquered, simply left behind. Despite decades of research, Mohenjo-Daro continues to challenge historians. One major limitation is the undeciphered indescript. Without written records, we cannot know how the people themselves understood their decline. We do not know who governed the city, how decisions were made, whether leaders attempted reforms, or how people responded to environmental stress. Another unanswered question is why such advanced urban planning was never fully repeated in the region for centuries afterward. Unlike Mesopotamia, which evolved into later empires, the Indus Valley cities fragmented into smaller rural communities. Urban life disappeared. This suggests that the decline was not just environmental, but systemic. Mohenjo-Daro teaches historians an important lesson. Civilizations do not always fall because of enemies. Sometimes they collapse because the systems that sustain them quietly stop working. Water, climate, trade, and administration. When these fail together, even the most advanced societies can fade away. Today, Mohenjo-Daro is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, threatened by erosion, rising groundwater, and neglect. Ironically, even in modern times, preserving this ancient city remains a challenge. Yet its legacy endures. It reminds us that progress does not guarantee permanence, and that some of history's greatest mysteries are not about how civilizations rose, but how they disappeared without a sound. If you found this documentary informative, remember, this story is based on verified archaeological evidence and historical research, not myths or legends. Subscribe to Global Mysteries for Real History, Lost Civilizations, and Unanswered Questions from the Past. Thumbs up like the video to support factual historical content. Speech balloon and comment below. Do you believe climate change alone caused the fall of Mohenjo-Daro? Or was something else at work?